Hello everybody, welcome back to Ghostly French Toast here. Today we're going to be doing a Hollow Knight lore video, and this lore video is going to be on the Colosseum of Fools. So, enough waiting around, let's dive on in. So, the Colosseum of Fools is basically at the top of Kingdom's Edge, and you can get to it either by the elevator from the resting grounds, or you can just climb up Kingdom's Edge to get to it. In the Colosseum of Fools, it's basically a wave-based arena kind of deal, and there are 3 different trials of difficulty that you can fight: the Trial of the Conqueror, Trial of the Warrior, Trial of the Fool. And they each get progressively more and more difficult, and on the Trial of the Fool, you fight a mini-boss, a boss, at the end of the trial called God Tamer. And God Tamer is basically 2 bosses, but as one. So it's the God Tamer herself and her basically pet, which she tamed, which it was infected by the Radiance, therefore is making her God Tamer. And the boss is at the end, and if you kill her pet, it automatically ends the fight. And for each trial, you gotta pay a certain number of currency to basically go into it. So, let's talk about the lore of the Colosseum of Fools. The Colosseum of Fools isn't really connected to Hollow Knight. It formed sometime around the Pale King's rule, I would say, it was before the infection started to spread. But it's still going on to this day, because we see people still enjoying the fights, all that fun stuff. So, it's basically excluded of Polonus, and sometime during the Pale King's rule, the Pale King took wind of this, basically, Colosseum, and he sent his own champion, the Pale Lurker, into basically fighting the arena. Something that confused me about the Colosseum of Fools lore is why are they so fighting? Because all those basically warriors and all that, they're all infected with the Radiance. So that just confuses me, because they're still fighting. And if you dream them, they just basically are saying, keep fighting, all that. So my guess, their will and determination basically keeps them going. It's like in Dark Souls. Instead of becoming one of the undead and unkindled, if you have a determined job, like the blacksmith and the Fire on Keep, whatever, I think that's what it's called. The Fire on Keep, his determination kept him going, and kept him not getting infected and all that. So I thought that was a neat little tidbit of lore. Let's talk about the Pale Lurker. The Pale Lurker is basically the outside, on the back end of the Colosseum of Fools. You find the Pale Lurker, and after you drop down into a hole and climb up a little, you find the Pale Lurker basically sitting there, basically fragiling the key. We see that her basically mental state, unlike all the other people in the Colosseum of Fools, is really fragile. She's basically going insane. She's basically screaming, jumping around, all that kind of stuff. She was added with the Godmaster DLC, basically, so you can get a key to basically access Godhome in the Royal Waterways in the jungle. The reason I believe she's basically the Pale King's servant is because, 1, Pale Lurker, Pale King, anything that basically resembles or has the word pale in it, like the flowers for the delicate flower quest, all that. It basically has something to do with higher beings, or basically the Pale King, because the Pale King and the White Lady are higher beings. And we see that in his basically little house, little home, little den that he has at the time that we find him. He's basically has a king's idol. Therefore, it's basically saying he's like the Dug Defender, he still cares about the Pale King, because he still has the idol. There's not that much lore about the Colosseum of Fools. I just wanted to basically pick out an interesting subject, likely because there isn't really any other place like this in Hollow Knight. The only one that I could think of that kind of resembles this area are the Dirt Mountains. I was thinking of doing a lore video on that for the next Hollow Knight video in like 2 weeks. These have been alternating Titanfall, Hollow Knight, Titanfall, Hollow Knight. And also, I feel like since we're talking about Titanfall 2 is on Steam. So if you want to get Titanfall 2, it's on sale too. It's a great deal. It's a great game overall. If you can't tell by my YouTube videos. Yeah. Thank you for watching. So everyone stay safe with all this pandemic stuff. And see you next time on Ghostly French Toast. Bye.